Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another live trading session. I'm going to give like 3 minutes, or I think 3 minutes, so everyone can pop up. Good night, good morning, maybe good night. Yeah, depending. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's slowly dive in. I also have about 56 charts, which made a I made a post a few days ago discussing about chart requests, and today we'll be looking at them. Let's see. It looks like a triangle breakout. We'll need to chart and see what do we have. So 83 people. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to give it like 5 more minutes, but I think that's all right. We can start. Good morning. How was your beginning of the week? Was it nice? Because I have to confess, it was a pretty good overall. The last 6 days were pretty good and quite profitable. All right. So let's get it started. Let's start with Bitcoin. I think I want to go on a higher time frame, honestly. So let's start with Bitcoin weekly. But I won't spend too much time on this one because Paul covered most of the high time frame charting. Um, Now, in regarding a potential setup on low time frame, if you ask me, I can see quite a nasty rejection of this SFP here. I didn't took anything new. I'm still short on the ones from yesterday. So I posted a short. We took a short here, if I'm not wrong. And then last night, this one was stopped out at break even because, yeah, this was a trade. Yeah, after we took some partials, was stopped out at break even. So I have to cancel it. We had a nice SFP here. You can see on 5 minutes, quite a nice deviation. I think it was the previous 4-hour high. No, not even. Or let's check the sessions. Not even actually, yeah. It was a New York PM session raid. So what I like is the fact that we created perfect equal lows here, New York AM and Asia low. So we can easily get something like this here on a low time frame. We have a seek and destroy, a clear seek and destroy profile who who's been around for few months or years, knows what it's implying. So especially on a low time frame, where the heck is that tool? Cannot find it. So on low time frame, it implies the fact that sessions are hunting each other. meaning that we'll get a rate of the New York PM or even the New York AM here, and then it goes for the Asia low, where you might look for longs again. So for the moment, we had a nice rejection here. Now, if I'm looking from a trend line perspective, you can see we are already on the other side of the trend line here, and we can find some M tops. I don't necessarily want to go on 1 minute. It was a nice structure here right after that SFP of the New York PM, but that was too fast. So I'll stick to the 5 minutes time frame. Now, what I might do is actually take a fib here, look for a short reload zone, and maybe we can hunt again, maybe a retest around here with potentially a TP at this equal lows with a 5.6R. Not bad. In regarding Ethereum, yesterday played out pretty nice. We were lucky, to put it like that, because Trump helped us with the longs. I had longs on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and had a long on silver here. So we were pretty lucky in that regard. Okay, so I would look for a little short here on a 5 minutes, and maybe another long shot around here at 7,000, 69,800, something like that. Let's go on a high time frame and see what do we have a little bit. So cut the noise. You know, my advice is to follow your plans and ignore what anyone else is just saying. Okay, so we are still rejecting this March 2024 range highs. So who was speaking about breakouts or implying the fact that we are breaking out? Again, was misled, and I bet that a lot of people, they just bought the top here. Yeah. Now, if we go back on daily, we can see that price is actually creating lots of equal lows in the long preload zone, to put it like that, in the golden pocket. Also, this VWAP is, I think, from the previous all-time high, yeah, and it acted like a good support previously. So if I'd be to hunt longs, maybe it would be only at the SFP of this equal lows here. 1 second, please. Yeah, nice M on ES. Thanks, Paul. I'll take Nasdaq. Here's one, don't use 4-hour low. Let me post this one on VIP. Okay. Let's go back on Bitcoin. So we are still inside the range. All right. I want to clarify this. There is no breakout. And I don't care how the structure might be looking or developing. As long as we sit back inside this range, guess what? I'll make profits. Was a dude was commenting on my side the fact that I missed the whole move, or it was something like that. I missed the whole move from 60,000, 68,000 to 75,000. But 1 second, because I have all the trades, I think here. 1 second, bear with me. But if you look back at the trades that I posted in this range, and this is just a fraction of them, yeah, this is just a fraction of what we took, because we also took this M top here. I remember perfectly. The trade is journaled. Indeed, I was targeting lower, but nonetheless was a good profit. Then once again, I shorted this deviation here, 74,000. And not to mention the fact that we had a swing short with 2% risk from 73,000 with a stop loss around here. So you tell me, yeah. And here, I think we had some longs. Yeah, because we had the AMD. I even remember the post where I said that if we get an AMD here, which we did have. So if you do think that just holding in a range is way more profitable than what we did here, I think you need to reassess your plans, because this is exactly what we took. These plans were posted in advance with a lot of period of time, because this plan is since I posted it since February, March. I don't know. It's up to you how you want to trade and how you want to think. But I'm trading. I don't care about what anyone else is saying. I'm not here to pat anyone on his shoulder or please anyone. Not even my followers, not even you guys. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to trade and show you what I'm taking. All right. So going back to the daily plan that I was highlighting here, there is still time. Let me show you. There is still time for market to create more equal lows until we get some event. What I like, and it's pretty bearish, is the fact that we take this BPR quite hardly. You can see the price is having a pretty hard time passing above um, this balanced price range. We can get even a pump in the GP here, which I do expect if the market shows a little bit more strength. We can see some sort of AB equals CD to the upside, something like this. Let me delete this red boxes. I want more clarity on low time frame. So the setups that I'm looking for, it's either here a rejection or here for a 3 drives. I don't know, but from what I saw, someone is trying to save Nasdaq. Someone, you know who, but I don't want to call names. Because this is the previous quarter low, and the news came exactly at the previous quarter low. So someone is really trying to save Nasdaq from rolling over. But nonetheless, it's looking bearish. We are on the wrong side of the trend line. Even though we bounced here, let's say that we can. This is AMD. It's the only potential thread of hope, to put it like that, for Nasdaq. Otherwise, we should see it around here at 22,000. That's my point. Something like this, and then we can put a bottom. Yeah, I discussed about it at the beginning of the session that we just took the New York PM high. Go back on 15 minutes. All right. So, okay, get back to this. Daily FEG, we are rejecting quite aggressively. In my humble, stupid opinion, what we saw yesterday was just a manipulation and was more of a exit liquidity pump. I looked on the AGGR. What's happening mainly is that spot it's TWAPing, taking profits. I'm going to show you. Yeah, there you go. So you can see 56,000, 56,000 non-stop. You tell me what is this? I'm too stupid to understand what is this. I'm joking, but you get the idea. So someone is actually TWAP selling like crazy here on spot. So this is spot, not verbs. Okay. Now, if we go on 5 minutes, go back to our scalping range, I explained what I'm looking for. Maybe a bearish retest here. I'll look for a rejection, short back again. a long around here at the New York PM, New York AM, and Asia low for a long. So not that I'm bullish or bearish, I don't care about that one, guys. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to be bullish or bearish. I'm here to make money. I'll play the range until I'll take my stop loss and say, okay, there you go. We close the daily above 75,000, and there you go. We have a bullish, we have a breakout, and I'll take my loss. But until then, I think taking a loss of minus 2%, let's say a few losses of minus 2%, while you can make 10, 20, 30% profits in this range, for me, it's a good deal. Ethereum. Some might say, well, triangle breakout. I'm not a fan of triangle breakouts. What I'll look for, it's actually to fade this move and short it. Once I get a sweep, I was mainly looking. I was mainly looking at the sweep of this high, of this pivot high here, or even this area somewhere around here. That's my main area for hunting a short. Yeah, you can see I like this little peak volume. That's a pretty good one. Now, what we can get, it's actually the price not to be that strong. We bounce here, that get bounce, and actually the price it's holding this pivot high because it's already swept the liquidity before dumping. So not too many liquidity, not too much liquidity on that point, and we can actually get something like this. And then we can target this equal lows. Also, sometimes what happens is that the market might be too weak to uh, go with the pivot high GP, and then it takes the intermediate leg, or even if we look at this intermediate leg, you can see we had a rejection initially. Yeah, but we can look at 38.2 most likely, or 0.5. There you go. And we can see we can have a SFP inside that 0.5 level. And that's where I will hunt for shorts again here. Okay. I don't want to go with too much in depth about Ethereum. I do know that Ethereum loves to hold these equal lows most of the times and just break out from the equal low formations. But I'm not sure, and I want to be convinced that by the structure, not by the people or public or crap like that. I want to be convinced by the structure that we are actually breaking above this neckline and not a deviation, because so far it's exactly like I posted on the update which I made yesterday on Ethereum. I cannot unsee this scenario as long as we sit above 2000 2.2k. As long as we sit below that level, I cannot unsee this scenario. And it's just my too stupid sense that that's how it's looking. All right. Until we get a proper breakout on the upside. If we look at Ethereum Bitcoin, you might say, yeah, look at it, it's strong, but there's nothing to cheer or brag about with Ethereum Bitcoin because indeed it's trying to double you out, but it proves to be actually a range because we don't have a proper breakout. We can speak about this high here, but you can see it's back inside the range. Yeah, it's back below the W neckline high. So we can speak about more range, which I know is not pleasant for everyone. I know a lot of people they just hate ranging environment, but it is what it is. We have to trade and we have to make money in this environment. And for me, it was absolutely insanely profitable to trade this range. Let's go a little bit on total, even though Paul already highlighted this aspects. So what I was saying about total last week was the fact that, I mean, a lot of people, I have to stop mentioning that, but majority, they are cheering up. And if we look at total, we didn't even sweep the previous month high. So in order to have a clear confluence and a clear sign of strength, we need to see acceptance above the previous week. If you look at any major trend and how they started, uh, like for example here, this reversal on the monthly time frame, we accepted above the previous month high. That's the first sign that you want to see if you are bullish. Like for example here, we swept the previous month high and dumped further. All right, same stuff here. Swept the previous month high and dumped further. So there's a clear downtrend on the AGGR, on the aggregated template. So right now we didn't even attempted a previous month high sweep. Not to say that the structure is looking really bad, and so far look at the rejection which we have here. All right, so maybe I'm just stupid. So we'll see what we can get, but this is not looking bullish at all. All right. Same stuff. We are on the wrong side of the trend line to think for anything bullish. So most likely the market will hit the ceiling once again. We'll have a fake pump maybe around here, and then we just roll over again, because we have to go with the flow. We have to respect what we see. Indeed, if we look left a little bit, then total, it's playing pretty nice this reclaim here. You can see it, we have a nice reclaim, but it didn't yet confirm the fact that it wants to structurally accept back inside the range. It's premature in my opinion. We need a little bit more time, and as I said earlier, the first sign of strength is to see how the market reacts at that previous month high sweep, and we didn't even attempt it, I repeat, right? Total tree, this same stuff, range game, nothing else. We just had our first rejection here, and we rejected quite aggressively. We are still inside this range. Uh, Same stuff, total tree, yes. Yeah, we rejected the trend line, equal lows. We can see a dump further into 320. I have anything on this one? No. Let's go on others, because everyone was cheering up here, a breakout in the altcoin space. Yeah, we might have a breakout, but look at it. Yeah, you just had two deviations in a row. So it's basically the market. It's like hitting the ceiling. Yeah, we do have some sign of strength in the fact that we are started to consolidate on the other side of the trend line. And what that means is, it means that if we get something like this, 78.6, this is my main area, as I said in the subs article, is my main area to start looking for potential AMD setups on a high time frame in altcoins. And my main take profit would be here at 214 billion. Because if we get a pump, it won't be send everything to Valhalla. It will be just a short-lived one. If total will make about 25% in profits, then I think some altcoins can hit 50%, 75% upside potential in profits. And then I'll show some altcoins that I'm watching. Okay, others. I know a lot of people, they just love to look at this chart and they call for bull market on altcoins. Well, look at this one. I mean, it took already 6 to 5 months for altcoins dominance to do anything. It's premature because we don't have yet a confirmation from them. The first sign that it's fine is the fact that we just stopped dumping, but we didn't have yet an acceptance above intermediate pivot high because this high in my structural analysis it's irrelevant, and I'll let you observe why this one is irrelevant. And a lot of people are doing these mistakes. I even saw people with 100,000 followers doing these mistakes and considering this a market structure shift, like a change in the structure, which is bullshit. It's not, because this high it's absolutely irrelevant. It, and I'll tell you why. You will tell me, and this one is the relevant high. You will tell me why. Not a couple at yours, please. Not my students. And this is a common trap in which a lot of people are falling, and they will say, okay, we have a cheese or whatever the fuck you might call it, and then boom. So when you see, start observing and use your brain, stop using analysis. Like if someone puts a chart, doesn't mean the chart is right and his analysis is right. Even I'm doing mistakes. I'm stupid. You know me, I'm a stupid trader. I'm the worst trader, you might call it, but I put my 2 cents in my analysis. Um, any other chart like that, like on total others, Bitcoin, same stuff. Yeah, you might say that. You might say that we have this uptrend channel. Yeah, regular scale, that's all right. From this bottom, but if we look at the downtrend, it's still intact. Same story. This is the pivot high which you want to see broken in order to have a confirmation, something like this. And then we have the retest. We always have the retest, so don't fuck around. You put a fib there, you will always have this retest around GP. Not, I mean around GP. Let me show you something. When I was learning from Paul, uh, 1 second. When I was learning from Paul, he was always telling me, well, if Bitcoin loves 61.8, um, and Ethereum loves 78.6, then altcoins usually love 88.6 and did retracement. So you're not losing anything. Just focus on retracements when you're trading, right? So nothing so far. Wrong side of the trend line is still zigzagging, still consolidating here with not too many things to say. All right. I think now we can go in the shitcoin. Bitcoin dominance. This one, I almost lost it. So I repeat the same thing. Nothing happens for 5 months. Yeah, well done. I see two good answers. So use your brain. Start doing analysis for yourself. Stop eating what you are gave. Like if I give you a raw steak, you will eat the raw steak or you'll start cooking it. I think you will start cooking it. All right. That means that you don't want to digest the information like you receive it, and you want to put it through your filter and understand the reasoning behind. In Crypto Traders Arena, we teach you how to think, how to observe, how to use the psychology and the understanding behind the move. And a thing that I don't want to say that absolutely no one teaches you, but I didn't saw anyone doing it. And the results, I have to be honest, the results are insane. And I see that on my students and the ones that are choosing to be the students of Crypto Traders Arena. So here, as long as we sit above this 58%, 50, 57.5, I don't see any breakdown on USD dominance, Bitcoin dominance. So the thing is that indeed you can see we kind of extended to the maximum this consolidation. Like we had one here, it took 8 bars before expansion. So I do think that we are close to an end with this consolidation on Bitcoin dominance. And I do think we will see a big move incoming. What's now? March, April. I think in April we'll see a big move, maybe to the upside, maybe to the downside. Also, think about the fact that retail, yeah, I'm retail too, but public is laughing about selling May and walk away, and they say this time is different. It's a core event which took place most of the time. So if we do get a pump, don't just take screenshots of your altcoins bags pumping, but also take some profits. All right. Let's go on this USDT dominance. So what do we see here on weekly? Not too many things to put it like that, but if we go on daily, I have shaped up some plans here. Sorry. We have a clear downtrend channel, true, but also we have a clear AMD because we reclaimed the pivot low. Yeah. And this is quite important for me. Also, you can see the pivot low, which created the new internal high here. Yeah, we kind of holding it here. All right. So I do expect this one to expand further as long as we hold 7.41%. As for the USDT dominance, I was looking for a more aggressive dump here, but it didn't happen. Actually, this one didn't create an AMD. And I quite understand it because USDT started to be the stronger one in the last 12 months, 16 months, because mainly a lot of countries started banning USDT. And even me, I have to be subjective here, I prefer holding USDC. So we can observe that in the USDC chart that it's the preferred one. All right, let's dig into altcoins because I have a big list. Let's go on this one uh, and then I will go through the request. I have about 50 requests. So someone was asking me, look at Tau, it's pumping. Uh, I feel FOMO, and most likely I will start aping Tau. Well, I don't know if you want to feel FOMO here on Tau after a 121% move. For me, Tau below 206, below 180, that's the area to buy. Here, what I'm doing is actually I have a sell half on a double in the short reload zone. So Tau is slowly getting to my sell half on a double short spot sell. I'm not sure it can pass though this equal highs. If we look on the 4 hours and 1 hour, we can see we might get a 3 drives set up here. I did took initially a short here. Yeah, I took, as you can see, TP1. This is, you can find it on my X also publicly explained. Also here I added 0.5 more risk and then I took most of my profits here. So this was a nice winning trade. Okay, now what I'm looking forward to, it's actually a Monday high deviation. Structurally, everything seems intact, nothing broke yet. Maybe, but this is for fast traders, for fast scalpers. On 5 minutes, let me check TAG, it's intact, DRIDR. Yeah, on 5 minutes we can observe, but I do think that we'll get another raid of the highs. So I don't think this high it's safe enough to put your stop loss above something like this. So what I'll do is actually put an alarm here and wait for the New York opening with a raid of this high, and then I will start hunting a short, something like this. That's my plan. Now, if you ask me where would you long or start buying, easy, 206, you can see my target here. And now you will ask yourself, well, come on, you say that it will go there. I don't say it will go there. Understand trading and stop acting like a kid. All right. I say that if it goes there, I'll start bidding. My plan is to bid Tau there. Now it will go there. Well, my plans show that most of the times, more than 80, 85%, I'll get my entries. So I'm fine with waiting. Let's see if I get another short shot here. Aster, I don't know what the heck is going on with this one, but we started having like really big weeks, like 10% dumps. You can see this one here. I don't know. I don't know what they are doing, but I'm fine with the price dumping because we have this short here. Short which I waited for. Who follows me knows that I waited for this short about 3 weeks. I waited 3 damn weeks for a trade. So now you tell me you need patience when you're trading. You tell me if you need patience or not. And I do know because I was there. There are people that they don't have the patience of one session, like 4 hours, and they are destroying their portfolio in less than this. And that's brutal because they are destroying, liquidate everything in less than this because they want that short so bad, and they short here, here. What if it goes down? What if? So this thing destroys everything, and you don't stand a chance in trading if you act like that. So that's why the psychology matters a lot. So for this one, I'll just wait at 55 to add more my spot. Litecoin. Litecoin had the same stuff, a nice SFP here, nice AMD. I did manage to take a short, was a bit lower. I have a short here on Litecoin. I'm still targeting this area, 49 and 47, and I do know from my statistics that has a pretty high probability to go there. Then Ethereum Fi, I had a short here. I was stopped out after I moved my stop loss actually to break even. I had TP1. What I don't like about this one anymore is the fact that we started to have these weeks. They are massive and I don't want to touch them. Solana, look at all the liquidity building here. We are slowly retesting this M top. If you want to take it, up to you. It's a good setup. I already have a short on Solana running at a deviation of this red line. And the same stuff I'm targeting here, this equal lows. Doge, we had a long, which I took profit from. Then I posted another long. 1 second, let me check where I got. This is the chart, there you go. I posted this long. Again, I posted it a long time ago, like 12 days or 11 days ago. The price was here, it was on 9 March, and I said, okay, everyone highlighted me the fact that it started breaking out. So I think it was on a Tuesday, 10. Yeah, there you go. On 10, I had the live stream and I said, wait for an entry, have patience, and there we go. Doge USDT P. Filecoin. I took a short here and took the profits. No new trade for me yet. Hyper liquid. I know everyone is trying to short this shitcoin, and I don't see reasoning yet. Before 61.8, I don't see why. At least give it some time. Maybe one more SFP of this pivot high, and then you can hunt some short positions. I'm not interested yet. AR is not looking great. It's not looking bad either. It's just ranging. I won't be too aggressive with altcoins yet. As I told you, I just want first to see that others is breaking out before hunting anything else. Because right now I did took some losses. I took a loss on Yota, a stop loss. I took about 3 stop losses if I'm not wrong before. And these ones that I showed you above, they worked out. I took a stop loss on Rose, I think, but not this one. I had another long here. This one stopped out. I took a loss on Algo. I think those are the ones. So until I see a proper breakout from others, I don't think it's a... Man, this trade on Lean was an absolute beast of a trade. And Dusk started to move here, you can see. We had a nice base forming at 0.08. That was my main area for reloading. Now, I know I have a list of about 60 altcoins. Let me see 60 requests. Let me see the comments and we'll start taking the requests from the subs mainly. I'll prioritize that. So if you have a question or request, just put it in the Twitter chat. So don't put it in the YouTube chat, all right? Yeah, we already looked at FED. I have a long position on this one. Looking to explode? I don't know. It might, but I already have plenty of bags on that one. I won't take chart requests here. I repeat, if you want a chart request, you want to go here. Let me put a link. I repeat it 3 times. Don't post request here in the chat. You go on that link which I posted, click on it and put it in the comments. That's where we take requests, not here. Yeah, Kaspa was one of the coins. Kaspa Bitcoin reached my level, if you remember, and it bounced perfectly. I did bought some Kaspa on spot there. I did mention that if we get that retest on Kaspa Bitcoin, that's a good area to bid. Now let me go on the Twitter post and start charting. And I'll prioritize the ones who have a subscription on Twitter. XMR, Monero. What Bitcoin is doing, because I want to take a XMR. I don't like it. When you get a dump like this, most likely it will follow like an ABC correction here, reject around here, and then continue to the lows. My main area to reload, it's about here, 220 and under 200. Because I bought XMR at 180, 149, I'm not interested in buying XMR here. So for me, this is not discount, it's still premium price. And I will not pay a premium price. Okay. XRP. XRP is one of the exceptions in the coin space, which I like when I'm trading. You can see I had a long XRP on a 3 tap here. It took profit 1 here, rejected nicely. He didn't manage TP2. It's back at around my entry. It's still in profits at 1.2 R, I think. Yeah, 1.5. I'm not going to touch it, honestly. What I don't like, if I'm looking at it, is the fact that we started rugging, to say it. You can see it goes on the wrong side of the trend line. We start rejecting, and I can see a rug in the price action here and a rollover. But as long as I took my partial profits, I'm all right with this one. Um, okay. So as I said, I will not avoid, but I will skip some requests because I want to take first the subscriptions ones, and then I'll go over the ones that I skipped if we get the time. Yeah, I see Alex posted a nice short on Asia high sweep. Not bad. And now I'm going to the chart request post, which I have here. So Ondo, let's go on that one. Ondo USDT, Ondo USDTP. Let's see weekly. Delete everything which I had there. Well, not looking great, not looking bad either. Monthly, we start sweeping liquidity. We are at POC on a monthly time frame. Is this a good area to beat? Maybe, maybe. It looks also like ready on the other side of trend line, but in the same time, yeah, for real, it's always teasing to look for alt setups. And honestly, Paul is the smartest one here because I didn't saw him looking at altcoins in 4 months, 5 months, October, November, somewhere in November, December, he took the last trade on altcoins. I know he's a damn smart motherfucker. I know that. So even though I'm looking at the charts, they, in my stupid sense, they are not ready. Zek, he is smart. So Zek, no thank you, no thank you. Still way above a price which I would like to bid. I won't long anything without a sweep of all those equal lows. Solana. So if you want to trade something, guys, use Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you want to short something and you get a good setup, like we had on Aster, like we had on Tao, we had a nice short on Lean. Okay, that's a good proxy for shorts going on the altcoins. I don't see anything honestly on Solana. It looks boring. Say so. Say I took a stop loss here. No, it lost. You can see they lost the listing price. Come on. No, it's looking bad. Sadly, it's looking bad. Nothing you can do and say here. It's just looking bad. Well, Paulie is doing that for a reason, guys. His focus. I learned from him to focus on the direction which brings the maximum profits, to put it like that. And No, and altcoins are not the ones right now. We might get, as I mentioned earlier, we might get an early indication, but others, you can, as you saw earlier, it's just rejecting. Yeah, it's just rejecting this pivot low. So we are in a downtrend there. We've, oh my God, man, it's looking so bad. Even this premature preliminary W's, they didn't work. So I was even highlighting to Paul, well, look at, and not only me, some later, look at those LJs. Well, yeah, but you can see that those LJs failed like 80% of the times. Usually you want a weekly one, yeah, which we don't have now because that's the first sign of strength, like an accumulation wyckoff, and then you get a proper entry. But until then, it will attempt many times at the lows and you will take many stop losses, and it doesn't worth the risk. I see someone asked about gold on daily. Paul made a really nice analysis on gold daily. Uh, well, basically, let's say that here we tapped demand. If you manage to take an entry around here, I saw some gladiators hunting gold yesterday around here, and also silver, but uh, here, yeah, we had a nice long Ethereum. I posted link. Same stuff. I'm not interested. Maybe if we sweep all these lows, I'll start to get interested in link. I don't have a structure which says bid me. Base. Let's check base. I think I had this one previously too. Yeah. And I said if you want an entry on this one, you might look for an entry around here. And you can see right now we have a nice swing failure pattern of the equal highs. And look at the dump. And look at the dump on EA on Nasdaq. Paul highlighted that one real nice. Really nice. River BNB, River USD. Yeah, just not looking good. Same stuff. It's looking heavy. It's not looking good at all. I mean, this one bad. I mean, like ready to roll over at any point in time and do a rug like this. And if that will happen, well, I posted this one because it just looks too good not to post it. Sui, I charted it. Tensor. Tensor, I bought two Tensorians at a good price because I wanted to buy for a long time. Let me check the price of the Tensorians. NFT, Tensor, GoPro. Okay, got it. Let me look at the chart. Tensorians. It's 0.92 Solana one. Oh my God. And I remember when it was like 9,000 bucks, 10,000 bucks weekly. I know you don't see my chart. I'm just looking on. Yeah, it's looking bad. It's not looking great. but I don't know if the NFT mania will be coming back. Oh, okay, DMs forming there. Yeah. Well, I did mention in the subs article that I really don't want to put too much risk on the altcoins, and I will mainly focus on trading Bitcoin. Why? Because it was fucking profitable. It was so profitable. It was so profitable to just trade Bitcoin. Delisium AGI. AGY. What the heck is this? AGY USD. It's not yet. I mean, public doesn't have the appetite uh, for risking. Maybe here. Public doesn't have yet the appetite for risking anything. M top here against some W's. It's ranging most likely. I don't like it. Let's see AVAX. Ah, I discussed about this one. I want a dump here and maybe I will start bidding a little bit AVAX. Well, I did look on overall the requests that I found on Twitter. Um, guys, I have to give you a hint. So I watched Paul for so many years. I mean, if there is money to be made, he will be the first one there when it comes to trading. If he's staying away from the altcoins, he's not stupid. He's not doing it because he hates money. Trust me. He's doing it because he knows there is not too much money to be made there. If you want to make money, you have two choices in this space. You either learn how to trade, and I think it's the proper environment to learn how to trade. The bear markets are the best periods when you want to learn because it's difficult, it's harsh, and when the proper environment comes, it will feel like a breeze. So imagine that you are training with the hardest teachers and the hardest environment. When you get to easy going environment, you will make lots of money and you will be prepared. That's why I'm saying is the best period in which you can learn how to trade right now. So if you do want to learn how to trade, well, start doing it. Join the live streams, join and trade, or go and read, go and learn. I don't know, but put the time and effort to learn. Because just bidding spot and enjoying the profits is not the way right now. And it might take more like 5 months or stuff like that. Oh my God, that's crazy. Really nice exit liquidity here. What I want to do now in this period is just play it level by level. This motherfucker is just confirming the 3 drives. For real, I'll have to short this one. I looked, yeah, I'll have to short Tau here. We have a clear 3 drives, reclaiming below previous week high. Can my no, that dump was too aggressive on. For Tao, wait for an entry. We will most likely get a retracement in the 61.8, so don't chase. You can put a trend line, yeah, and wait for a bounce, something like this. But we have a previous week high rate here. And I will do another attempt if we get a sweep of this high in the New York session. The risk to reward is too good. Well, wasn't the best session, but I think it was quite all right. Paul highlighted some really nice setups. This one should be risk-free if you manage to take DM. He posted it when it was live. Really nice. As I said earlier, try to learn how to trade. Yeah, try to learn how to trade because that will get you far away and will also give you a better understanding of if you don't know the entry on short hour, then you shouldn't take the trade. Look at the chart, observe, and you tell me the entry, please. What I was saying earlier, this is the proper environment where you want to to trade. I see a gladiator saying that. I'm trying to front run him. Man, the students have been killing it, literally. They are so good at trading. They are fascinating me on how well they are performing. It's absolutely insane, and I cannot be happier than this. So don't get mad if I tell you put the time and effort, observe, start learning, because I don't want to give you the same treatment like you have received in the past 5 years from this environment. Literally, few to none of the influencers helped you to understand how to think. And most people, they are just used to signal, sir, signal, signal. Is this a signal? No, this is what I'm doing and what Paul is doing. If you want to learn the best place to go with at the intermediate level, if you are a beginner, go in the Cap 1, 5 months, 4 months of learning nonstop. Not too many things we can do, honestly. So I think I'll call it a session. The trades have been played out. This nice M top on Nasdaq was a nice entry, which Paul highlighted. On Bitcoin, it's a bit premature, but we can see price is trying to create a megaphone pattern of the previous sessions and then just take the liquidity of the previous sessions. I don't know, regarding Discord, I repeated it so many times. I'm not the one who's reviewing, I'm not the one who's rejecting you. And I can blame PJ here, but he's doing the best job that I ever saw. He's only letting about 10-15% of the people to join Discord, and this is the right way to do it. Do not get mad. A lot of people will get revoked access. You can have higher chances to join if you are if you have subscription on my Twitter, because I'm looking on your Twitter. Some of you might have been blocked and you feel nervous, or I don't know, you hate it, but it is what it is. It's not made for everyone. Last month, PJ kicked about 80% from all the Discord members because they were not capable of reading a message and clicking to get verified. So we don't care about big numbers. Understand that. We don't care about having more people. The less and serious ones, the better. That being said, today, New York session will be live for everyone in about 4 hours and a half. Paul will start it. Um, Once again, let's play level by level. Let's intraday trade in the sessions. That's what it means. If you don't know how to trade 5 minutes, 15 minutes, then you can join us and learn. Use proper risk management for that. 0.5% is what I'm using. Now you can use 10%, maybe you are better than me, or you can use 20% or 30% or all in. It's your decision. I trade my portfolio, I trade my setups and my system. It's up to you what you do. But don't come crying that you are stuck in a position, in a long position or in a short position, because the lack of understanding and proper risk management. Thank you very much, guys. See you in 4 hours from now. Bye bye.